Hey everybody, this is the coach.
And this is The Beacon. And this is the Point Blank Perspectives podcast.
Yeah.
What's going on, Coach?
Man, not too much, man. Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very
Yes,
excited about
Thanksgiving is
that.
tomorrow.
Very excited
So
about
what
that.
what what are we gonna have a conversation? So we ain't really got nothing to drink with this conversation. But we'll get to that at another time. But what do we want to talk about today?
So,
Something's on your mind.
so I today am thinking about talking about protecting your peace. That
Okay.
is that is what I think I want to talk about today.
Okay.
And the reason I want to talk about that is because one, it's the holidays.
hmm
So it's a lot of things around the holidays that start to test your peace. Your family test your peace.
Okay.
Driving test your peace.
Okay.
Uh, Going into these stores, dealing with rude customers or employees test your peace.
Okay.
So it's so many different things right now that can trigger somebody not being in a peaceful state
Right.
that I think it's important for us to have this conversation today.
Mm. Okay. All right then. So everybody that's listening to us, you got to remember, protect your peace
At all costs.
at all costs.
Don't forget that part.
Right.
Because that's my favorite part of that saying is protect your peace at all costs.
Yeah.
Don't let no family, no friends, and all that. Don't let none of that disrupt your peace.
So peace to me,
Yes. What is peace to you?
peace to me is not worrying too much. That's peace. Where there's no chaos around me. Well, let me take that back because chaos is gonna be if I can avoid, I always want to have peace and looking like let me rephrase that. Peace look like to me is not so much worrying because we're always going to worry, and also calmness. I can sit back. I can just relax. That's peace to me. Now, now, when we're talking about peace in a marriage, because since I'm married, I must talk about that.
Okay.
In a marriage, peace is when two people you're on the same page. Peace is, you know what? When it's me and Angie, you know what? It's no chaos is coming through, no arguing. We don't really argue too much, but
Mhm.
none of that is. I can be sitting on the couch, she's sitting on the couch, and could be sitting there, and we both on the phone, and we may see something funny. And don't ask me why we do this. We're sitting right next to one another
Mhm.
and we will text each other. Steady saying, hey, look at this. We'll text. Hey, oh, it did. And I'll be like, yo, check your texts. Oh, and then we're laughing about it. That's peaceful. In a marriage, and a lot of times, not a lot of times, let me take that back. There are times in a marriage when, you know, you gotta know what peace is.
Mhm.
Because if you don't, you have nothing but chaos.
Mm.
And peace is calmness.
Mhm.
Peace is, you know what? I don't want to do nothing.
Mhm.
I just want to sit here and don't move. Sometimes peace is, I don't even want you to look at me. Don't want you to look at me. Sometimes in a marriage, peace is, are you good?
Mhm.
I'm good. We have it's peace. That don't doesn't mean we're arguing. It's
Mhm.
just we're just not saying nothing in a marriage.
Okay.
That that's it's very peace is a very loving thing.
So let me ask you this: would you say that your peace, because you're married, is your peace solely dependent on the peace in your marriage, or are you able to have peace on your own?
Oh no. For and a lot of times people that's married, they understand it, but they won't do it. Peace is what you peace is within you.
Mhm.
Peace is, and you hear a lot of times, and I don't believe in this. Happy wife, happy life. I don't believe in that. Yeah, you want to make them happy, but the narrative that people are putting on men, if you're not happy, if your wife is not happy, then you're not going to have no peace, and that's unfair
Right.
because it should go both ways.
I
That
told you,
it-
man, it should be happy spouse, happy house.
right, right. Oh, both of us are happy,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
just one person.
Your happiness ain't more important than my happiness, and my
No,
happiness ain't more important than your
right.
happiness if I'm in a relationship. So
Under
it's like,
no circumstance.
yeah,
Again, peace comes in a lot of different forms, and we can get into that more later on. But peace come in a lot of different forms, and it's up to you what peace looks like. A lot of
yeah,
people and I'm speaking about marriage.
hmm,
A lot of married people that's in so much chaos don't know what peace is.
hmm.
And the thing is, they got together in chaos
Hmm.
and didn't know what I, what peace looks like together.
So that's a good point because that's why I went back a little bit because
Mhm.
when you were talking about peace, you were talking about from a married perspective,
Right.
and for me, protecting your peace, even if you're married, is about you understanding what keeps you calm, what puts you in a happy place as an individual.
Yes.
And I think in order for the marriage to have peace, both individuals have to know how to bring themselves peace and then be able to bring that energy together.
That is true.
Because there's peace as individuals and then there's peace as a couple.
That is true.
And to me, if you don't have peace as an individual, there's no way you can bring peace to a marriage or any other relationship
Right.
if you don't have peace as an individual.
And there's times where when you finally get in a marriage, you forget what peace looked like because you could have been in bad relationships before this marriage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
could have been with a person that gave you no peace,
Hmm.
but so much chaos that you sat up there and it became normal for
Normal.
you.
Yeah.
So now the only way you know peace is chaos
Right.
and confusion. And to you, if I'm living, not to you, but I'm saying as far
In
as
general.
marriage, right?
Yeah.
In general, marriage is, what, there's so much chaos and all this. This is peaceful. No, it's not.
Right.
No, that's not peace.
Right.
But if I don't know, I don't know.
Right. So
And
like,
go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. You was about to say.
And that to me, that's damaging to a marriage.
Hmm.
And like I said, it's like a tornado. Tornadoes is calm. I mean, tornado is just chaos, just everything going around.
Hmm.
This is what I heard, and you can verify and say if it's true. That they say in the eye of that tornado is calmness.
Hmm.
Everything around you is is chaotic, and that's the way I look at it.
Right.
Sometimes.
Right. Yeah, because I think going back to that whole peace thing
Mhm.
as an individual, um, you can run like so as a single person, if you don't have peace, you can end up chasing peace through the wrong things.
Got you.
So like in a marriage, if you don't have peace as an individual, sometimes you can seek that peace through your mate.
Right.
If you don't have a mate, so a lot of individuals or single people will chase peace through like tangible things.
Okay.
So like they'll try to chase their peace through their money. They'll try to chase their peace through their women or through sex or
Hmm.
through like all these different things that they think will give them peace if they obtain those things.
Hmm.
But it's like peace is deeper than the material stuff or it's deeper than the actual stuff that you can put your hands on.
Right.
Like peace is like a state of mind
Right.
and it's a way of life, honestly. Um, because for me, I know peace for me is no stress.
Mm.
Like peace for me is no stress. Even if there's chaos around me, I can deal with the chaos, but I myself am not going to allow myself to stress because there's chaos around me.
Right. Okay.
So that's why for me, when I say My peace is all about me not having no kind of stressful situations. And it's not to say that I can't handle them, but if I can manage them and if I can make them as minimal as possible, that's what I aim to do on a daily basis.
Okay.
And even from minute to minute.
Okay.
Like if you and I are having a good time right here and I go upstairs or I go somewhere else and it's stressful or causing me to
Mhm.
be angry or irritated or something like that, I'm gonna remove myself from that.
Okay.
So it's like it literally has become a way of life for me.
Mm. Well, I'm fortunate that I have peace in my house.
Yes, that is a blessing.
That's one thing I'm fortunate about.
That is a blessing.
And I also want to say peace is you're happy.
Hmm.
You're happy when you're peaceful.
Right.
And there's a saying, I'm starting to, I had to tell a couple of young people this. As you get older, that's all you want is peace.
Yes.
You don't want nothing else but peace.
Yes.
And if somebody disturbs that peace, you will handle that accordingly to what is in front of you. But most people, as they get older, they've been through life. You start to realize, you know what? I want just one piece. And is it for you
Hmm.
that's single?
Hmm.
Married people, we really shouldn't do it. But when we with someone that's when we with our spouse and it's not no peace, we can't run nowhere.
Hmm.
Some married people say, I'm done.
Hmm.
Study working it out. So as a single person and you're with, say you're out
Hmm.
and you're starting to see chaos
Hmm.
and it's starting to come into your little
My
peaceful
space.
box that
Yeah.
you have.
Uh-huh.
How do you handle it?
I remove myself. It's very simple. I remove myself.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, if I even think that going to the environment is going to cause peace, I'm not even going.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Like I'm not even going because see, that's another thing too with peace. It's like some people are not even aware, and that's why the topic is protect your peace because some people are
Right.
not aware that sometimes you put yourself in situations where your peace is no longer going to be protected, and then you get mad knowing that had you thought about it, you knew what you was getting into before you went there.
I like that. I like that. Okay.
So a lot of the protecting your peace is being proactive and understanding like these are the things that trigger me. These are the things that I don't like.
Mhm.
And so when you start to understand those things and really live your life in a manner of I'm not tolerating those things or I'm not putting myself in those places to have to deal with those things,
Right.
that in itself eliminates stress and brings
Okay.
you peace.
Okay.
But you have to be proactive about it. You can't allow yourself to be around people or put yourself in environments that you know are going to bring you stress and then get mad about it when you get there.
hmm Got you.
So you got to pay attention to the what the triggers are.
Right. But that goes back to what I was saying.
Hmm.
If you don't know what peace look like,
Right.
you're going to fall into, I call it, the no peace zone.
Right.
That's what I call it. There's no peace. You don't even know what peace is.
So I guess a good question that I have for you is
Okay.
when was the first time in your life where you felt like because you just said that as you get older you realize that all you want is peace.
Right.
When was the first time in your life if you remember and
hmm
if you can share
Okay.
that you remember I'm at a place in my life now where I know how important my peace is to me.
I'm not going to get into the situation.
That's fair.
Something happened and I had to make a decision.
Mhm.
Do I deal with this situation because I know it's going to keep on going on,
Mhm.
or do I back up? And I knew what peace was, and I understood it to a certain degree.
Mhm.
So I decided to, you know what? Is it really worth it? Is this person really worth? We're going to go down this road.
Mhm.
And when I weighed my odds, and I was like, you know what? He got that.
Mhm.
And then, when I was younger, I said, you know what? He got that. I wouldn't say that because I would think, I'm getting chunked.
Right.
My ego would get in the way. When I stopped letting my ego get in the way on every little thing that I thought offended me,
Mhm.
that's when that eagle of peace started to appear.
Yeah, that's powerful right
And
there.
I was like, oh, this is what it looks like. And then I think when me and Angie was at the apartment,
Mhm.
and I never could understand where I hear people used to say, I'm not thinking about nothing.
Mhm.
I never understood that because I'm like, my mind is always moving. And then I started smoking cigars.
Mhm.
And man, oh man, I don't care what anybody says. If you want to learn to smoke a cigar in one piece, just DM me, let me know. I got you. But I was sitting out one day and I didn't even realize it. I'm sitting out there, got my cigar, and it's a nice summer day, and I'm sitting in the back. And Angie said, you look so peaceful.
Mhm.
And I was like, huh? And I didn't even realize it, that I've been doing this.
Right.
And that's when I had to actually look at myself and say, oh wow, I'm actually not thinking about nothing. I was just sitting there. I, it, I was at the point, this is how peaceful I was. I was at the point where when I was smoking my cigar, and I do this from time to time,
Mhm.
I was on another island. I was on an island somewhere.
Mhm.
And I had me a drink in my hand, and all I had to do was snap my fingers, and another drink would come, and I had grapes and all that. There was nobody there, but if I snapped my fingers, it would just appear,
Mhm.
and it was just calmness, and I was just like, wow. And I believe at that moment when she said that to me, that's when I was like, okay, I got it. This is what peace is. This is when I'm actually not, and I didn't think about, I wasn't thinking about nothing,
Mhm.
but me on the out, and I'm gonna say this and don't laugh too loud. I thought I was on an island with a cigar and a drink and Speedos.
Come on, y'all.
Listen,
Come on,
but
man.
wait a minute, you asked
No,
me, right?
no, dog. I ain't ask you that. Come on, dog. Like,
Listen,
nah, man. We
listen.
moving on. Nah, I don't want to listen no more, dog.
Okay,
Nah,
okay.
man. Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
This
I'm just
boy
saying.
wilding. Like, you could have
Listen,
kept that to
listen.
yourself.
Okay, you right. I'm just saying. I thought you wanted. I thought I should share that. The
Dog,
piece.
this is the coach in the beacon, not the coach of Angie.
Saying
Like, you
this
might want
is
to share that with
okay.
Angie.
This is what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And that was, and I was just there. The waves with, but
All right, we get it, man. The
okay.
waves were crashing and you was out there wilding with Speedos on. All right, whatever, man.
I'm just saying. I mean, that was just me. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you my toxic realization that that I wanted peace in my life.
Listen.
So the toxic relationship that I have with peace is that the reason why I initially like started to realize that I wanted peace in my life.
Mhm.
One is because I realized how much damage stress was causing me.
Okay.
So stress was like really it got to a point in my life where stress was like breaking my body down.
Mm.
Stress had me tired all the time, angry all the time and all that and I didn't want that anymore.
Okay.
Now one of the things that used to cause that was certain people. Certain people knew how to get
Trigger it.
yeah, they knew how to trigger like me being angry.
Okay.
And once I realized that, I was like, okay, I can't keep letting people put me in a place to
I
where
need to ask you a question
yes.
because this question you're going to answer, but whoever's listening, listen to what he's going to say. At what point did you realize certain things was the trigger?
Because I think it's one of those things when you start to identify
Okay.
the energy that you get from certain people. So it's like I know when I go around certain people, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be like that.
Okay.
And it was at a point at that time in my life where it was like certain people I knew when I got around them, there was going to be some sort of disagreement, or there
Okay.
was going to be some sort of argument, or whatever the case may be. Even though we cool, but there was
Okay.
going to be uh
I got you.
some sort of negative energy that was going to pop up. And when I thought about it after a while, it was like, wait a minute, why do we keep having this negative energy? And in one of the scenarios, it was like, oh, this person knows what to say. to trigger me to respond in a certain way.
Okay. Got you.
And so once I figured that, and going back to my toxic relationship with peace, the thing that got me to a point and where I wanted peace for the rest of my life was when I realized that people did that.
Hmm.
I said, I'm not going to allow them the satisfaction of being able to control me and cause me stress and disrupt my peace. And then the thing that I saw that really made me fall in love with peace was that my peace actually pissed people off. And when I saw that my peace pissed people off, I love peace. And
Got you.
that's why I'm saying it's toxic, because
I got you.
my peace is supposed to be about me being peaceful.
Right.
But it was some sort of joy that I had in knowing that while I'm at peace, this person is so pissed off because
Okay.
they can't trigger me no more. Nothing
Got you.
they say, nothing they do, nothing they try to go around behind your back and do. Like, I don't care.
Right.
And I'm at peace the entire time now. And now they trying to figure out what's the new way they can trigger me.
So would peace, you having that peace and finding that,
Mm-hmm.
is it the fuck it? You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, I don't even care. Do your thing.
Yeah,
I'm going.
in a way, yes.
Okay. All
In a
right.
way, yes.
Okay.
But I wouldn't even use that, because to me that's an angry response. So I wouldn't even use that word. I would just say, have at it.
Okay. All right.
Because that's how peaceful I am. I don't even need to resort to using the F word.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
Have at it. Like, have a ball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I'm fine over here.
So, and I got that. And it's, you know what? Have at it. Now, when you're at that point, can you still be around that person in the chaos that they're having, and you're still sitting in your peace?
So the question really is not, can I be around that person? Is, do I want to be around that person?
Okay. Okay. Got you.
I can, because once you establish a certain level of peace with yourself, you can be around whoever.
Okay.
But now it becomes a thing where it's like, do I even want to put myself around that person to
Okay.
even give them the opportunity to trigger something?
Okay.
Or do they even deserve access to me? Because it gets to a certain point where you start to realize somebody else is so toxic that it's like, you know what? That person don't even deserve to be around me no more, because I know that they could potentially get me into something that this new piece that I have would never have me in.
Got you.
So why even put myself around this person that can put me in a bad situation? Because it might not even be with me.
Right.
I know how this person is, so I know how to navigate it. But we go out somewhere, they get into something with somebody completely different,
Okay.
who now, because he's my friend, now I got to do something to.
Right.
So why even put myself around that person? Why even allow that person to have access to me?
Okay.
If all you're going to do is act dumb and put yourself in bad situations, I'm not going, because now that protects my peace, because now I don't have to worry about the potential of you doing something that causes me harm or puts me in a bad situation.
Okay.
I ain't got to worry about that because I'm not even around you.
Okay. Got you.
You want to act stupid and you want to do something dumb, that's your business. You do that over there. I
Mhm.
don't have to be around for that.
Got you. All right.
So it becomes that. And again, that protecting your peace, understanding the personalities and how people are, how people act. Once you realize that they show you something, you know that saying, when a person show you who they are, believe it.
Yeah.
It's that type of thing.
Okay.
Like, I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses anymore for anybody in my life that has negative energy. Because you know
Got
how
you.
you got some people where it's like, I'm gonna introduce you to this person. Now I'm gonna warn you. They that.
Hmm.
It's like, no, I shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
It's like, no, this is my man such and such.
Right.
This is my homie such and such, and that's it.
Right.
And y'all should be able to get along, because
Right.
that's the type of people that I have around me.
Okay.
Versus, yo, I'm gonna bring you here, but be careful because this person, he might act this way if you say this. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Okay.
We ain't doing that.
So let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Say you have a childhood friend,
Mm-hmm.
or you have friends you know for years,
Mm-hmm.
and they're so toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you now cut them off, or how do you handle that?
I have
Okay.
done that,
Okay.
because again, I don't want anybody in my life that's bringing any type of negative energy my way.
Okay.
And if you yourself are not acting in a positive way, then now I have to cut ties with you.
Okay.
I have to. And again, it don't even have to be directly towards me. It could be you doing stuff that I know you're doing to other people.
Right.
Because if you're around people that's doing negative stuff, even if they're not doing it to you, that's going to bring negative energy your way too.
Right. Got you.
So it's just like if you're not on the straight up, or if you out here trying to get over on people or do people dirty and stuff like that, I'm not interested in that.
Okay. All right. Got you. I
Yeah, I'm
just
not.
wasn't too sure because sometimes you have that friend and you be like, oh man. Every time I'm around this person,
Hmm.
we start a conversation
Hmm.
and now it turns into an argument. And you
Right.
just be like, oh man, I
Now, when I say what I just said, right, there are some exceptions. So it's like, for example, if it comes to sports, like there's some people,
right.
if it's sports, it's like, all right, those conversations are gonna get a little heated. But normally it's like in a friendly way.
Right.
Like it gets heated, but it's in a friendly way. Cause it's
Right.
like I like who I like as a team, you like who you like as a team,
Right.
and we just passionate about our teams.
Okay.
There's no disrespect towards each other. Like I'm not about to call you outside of your name. They're not about to call me outside of my
Right.
name. We ain't about to swing on each other. None of that.
Got you.
But it's just I feel very strongly about my position with the team that I support, and that person feels strong about the team they support,
Right.
and that's it. So
Right.
I can entertain that,
Right.
but it's if I choose to though,
Got
because
you.
now me also knowing that is the conversation that me and this person might have, I might steer clear of talking about sports if I don't feel like going back and forth like that.
Got you. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So again, it's really paying attention to the mannerisms and the characteristics of the people that you're interacting with.
Okay.
And understanding like, okay, when I'm around them, is it always a disagreement or always a misunderstanding? Because if every time I hang around you there's always a misunderstanding, like we got to reevaluate this.
Right.
Because I'm not trying to be defending myself or proving myself every time we get around each other.
Right.
I shouldn't have
Right.
to do that.
Right.
So again, just pay attention to the people that you're around.
So that leads me into this next thing I was thinking about.
Hmm.
Is it selfish to protect your peace? Because you were just the way you were talking, do you consider that do you think you're being selfish?
You have to be.
Depends on what it is.
No. When it comes to your peace, you have to be selfish.
Okay.
Now, there might be a different perspective when it comes to being married, and you can elaborate on that.
Right.
But what I'm telling you is that you have to be selfish about your peace because nobody else is going to care about your peace the way that you do.
That is true.
Nobody else is going to care about your peace the way that you do.
I definitely understand it. And that's when even when it comes to a marriage, it's it depend in a marriage depends on what it is
Hmm.
and what is the occasion.
Hmm.
And there are a lot of times in a marriage, man or woman or the spouse will try to they know you at peace and they will use guilt.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm oh, I already know if I know certain things used to work
Hmm.
and I'm starting to see this person not responding, my
Hmm.
spouse not responding to me in a certain way that I'm used to because I'm used to getting my way
Hmm.
and I know this may interrupt their peace, not it may be on purpose
Hmm.
and it may not be on purpose. And then all of a sudden, you're just not responding no more the way like that. So what's the next thing they do? Then it's now it's guilt.
Right.
Now is guilt. Now you know what I'm not a big fan of?
What's
I'm
that?
at peace. And I'm sitting home and someone calls me, Freddie, can you do this? And I'd be like, and you'd be like, you know what? All right. And then all of a sudden, I get to the certain point, and what happens? It's like chaos. And then I say to myself, why did I come here with this person? Oh,
See, but that's what I was talking about earlier, though. That's
God.
that's exactly what I was saying. What I was saying was when you already know how certain people are, you yourself have to you have to know that and then be like, all right, I'm not going to put myself in that situation.
Right?
Because what happens is when you know how a person is and then you still make the decision to say, I'm going to go with this person anyway because I want to get out the house.
Right.
Regardless of that, now you made this decision that okay, I was so stressed while I was in the house that I need to get out the house. I'm gonna go out with this toxic person. Now you get there and you realize I'm with the toxic person.
Right.
So now your stress is now a new stress.
And your piece is going.
Right. Your piece is going because you got
Gotcha.
the piece for a little bit when you got out
Mhm.
the house and y'all took the ride.
Right.
Then you get to the place and you realize this person, I forgot he was the cheap friend. Oh, I forgot he was the friend that can't handle his liquor. Oh, I forgot he was the friend that holler at every single girl in the place. Oh, I forgot he the friend that want to always run out on the bill or don't want to like. Now that's a new stress. So when you understand that about the person, that's when you have to make those adjustments and do the proactive thing of being like, I'm not going to put myself in that situation.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. See, because when you get to that certain point, you be like, oh my gosh. And like there's a couple times I went out with some people
Mhm.
and it started getting up my piece was started as we're in the car. And I'm like, oh
Now
man.
let me ask you this: as you're in the car going,
Yeah.
is your piece going because something new arose, or is it going because you're starting to remember, like, I forgot these people were like this, or these personalities were like this?
It didn't happen till a conversation may come up
Uh-huh.
and we'll have a conversation and then it just keep on going on
Mm.
and on. And I'll be like,
All right, wrap it up.
yeah, come on, we here for this. And we here.
Right.
What are we doing here,
Right.
man? Why are we doing this? And I'll say, come on, man, you messing up my piece, man.
Right.
No, that ain't what I say. I say, man, this is what I say. Stop laughing, stop laughing. I say, damn, man, you fucking up this movie, man. That's what I say. Cause at that point, I'm somewhat mad.
Right.
Like, damn, dog, you what may not to me, and see, I gotta get out that habit. What I may think is not that deep
Yeah.
to someone else may be deep.
Right.
But if you and I may say, y'all, no, it's cool, man. Let that thing go.
Mhm.
No, I'm just saying. And now I'm like, damn, he great messing my piece up. And I just be like, oh man. So
And
that's
and that's why I'm saying, you have to be mindful of what the triggers are for you and for the person that you're around.
right. Okay.
Because once you realize that, you can start to navigate it. So you might not have to eliminate that person out of your life. You just might have to know, okay, certain things I know you and me and this person can't talk about. Because I have friends like that. I have friends where it's like we're great friends. We can have all kinds of conversations, but there's certain conversations I know we can't have.
And I think I think I'm a little retarded. I have to be because in my piece, I enjoy seeing you go through chaos.
Right. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Okay, because it's peaceful to me.
That was that toxic thing I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And you know, this is the crazy part. I will light the flame. I will say something crazy to see you go.
Crash out.
Yeah, I see you. I see you crash out, and I just be like, oh, okay. And I'm in so much peace, and I just be like, oh, and I haven't been exposed, or they don't even say, "Dang, for how you so calm?" They're already crashed out. They're not even focusing, and I just like, oh no. And then I do it like they're looking. It's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Relax. Relax.
See, you become the antagonist.
But my problem is that's very peaceful to me, depending on the person. If I already know that this is the way you are and
Mhm.
it's chaos with you,
Mhm.
well, Fred, you're already here and you already know what you're into. You know what? Put your big boots on because you're getting ready to step in a lot of BS. And just and it's gasoline BS.
Mhm.
So I pull out my cigar lighter
Mhm.
and just let the flame just go right to him and then whoosh, and I'm just looking just like, wow, look what I done. And this person is already crashed out. And I'm at peace. I'm just sitting there like, Fred, what you think? Oh man.
Yeah.
And that's all I said. Oh man. Oh, okay.
I'm
All right.
cracking up.
I have done it around you,
Uh,
and you like, we know the same. We
I already know what you're talking about.
and I sit there, I see like,
I already know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I'm sitting here laughing.
And then you'll sit there and say,
I'm like, man, why you do that to that boy, man?
why you start him up? I'm like, and I think I told you, man, I don't know. But I'm saying to myself, oh, this is fun to me. I think it's fun. I think it's funny. You know,
Yeah, I
be
was
crashing
dying.
out on foolishness. But again, I had to be mindful of what you think may not be foolishness. I think it's foolishness. So,
No, that's real. But so, and speaking to that,
mhm.
because basically that person allows you to disrupt their peace.
Right.
So, in thinking about peace, there are things that we know that disrupt peace.
Mhm.
So, even if you don't want to get personal, like what are some of the things that you think about when you think about your peace being disrupted or peace in general being disrupted?
Conflict.
Okay.
Conflict.
Okay.
Being petty over something if it was already talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just being petty for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm my peace is broken when I see someone bullying someone else.
Mm-hmm.
That's my peace is being broken. 'Cause I'm like, man, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I may not say nothing to the person right there on the spot,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll wait to get them one on one.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I happen to see them, yo, can I talk to you? Because what I don't want to do is a person is doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and now I interfere, and you project and you put that on me,
Yeah, project. Yeah.
and so now I know I got to now react,
Mm-hmm.
and so now you're messing up my peace. I won't walk away. I'll just sit there and just watch
Mm-hmm.
and see how you act. So there are certain points I need to present in front of you.
Right.
Like, dag, man, why'd you? And the way I do it is, but I will sit there and ask you questions.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to answer. You're not on defense. You're just answering my questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting it into you at a peaceful state.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Also, like what marriage? Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
about in a marriage?
In a marriage, if for me and Angie would ask me, Freddie, you want to do this? No,
Mm-hmm.
because I try my best. If I'm at a peaceful state and Angie asks me something, she understand when I say no, and the way I say it, not like oh no, fuck, no. It's nah, I'm not doing that. It
Mm-hmm.
depends on how I say it, because there's sometimes I say no, and it may be like, maybe
Right.
where she has a chance,
Right.
but then there's sometimes where it's like no,
Mm-hmm.
and like if she asks me something, and I'll be like no, and now she's trying to convince me
Mm-hmm.
why I should do that. Now you're messing up my peace. Or some people gonna kill me for this. That 9-year-old. And where we're sitting there
Mm-hmm.
and he may be playing a game and I'm just sitting there and I'm on the phone right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey dad. He said, daddy. And I look at him
Mm-hmm.
and then he just tapped me. Just keep on tapping me. And I'm like, what, Freddie? Dad, uh McDonald's or dad, popsicle or dad, what? And I'm like, Freddie, you want me to get up and you can go right there and get it?
Right.
Well, that's my piece.
Right. 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 Right.
So those are some of the things for me. In marriage, I mean, in marriage, it depends on the situation
Mm-hmm.
and the in whatever brought this up. Because I'm thinking of the long game.
Mm-hmm.
How does this end? Do this still end with me still at peace?
Right.
Or do this end with me trying to either figure this out, fix the problem,
Uh-huh.
or try to prove a point I'm trying to prove? If either one of those things, I do what you do. No, and I try to just mosey on out the way.
Mm-hmm.
But when Angie want to push the issue, I'd be like, really? Are you joking me? And she'll be like, well, yeah. And then she'll know, okay, you know what? I can push it with Freddie,
Mhm.
or I can't push it with him, and his foot is down.
Right.
So that's how, I one of those things. What about you?
What disrupts peace or what disrupts my peace? I know for a fact I do not like to entertain stupidity. Stupidity really pisses me off.
Not me.
It pisses me off. I can't do it. I can't do it.
If stupidity makes you crash out at the end, and I get to laugh over that. Oh boy, go ahead. And well, let me take that back. And I'm with you on that. And I didn't mean to interrupt
No, no,
you.
no. Go ahead.
If the stupidity and I'm not involved in it,
Mhm.
go ahead, crash out.
See, I think when I'm talking about stupidity,
Go
I
ahead.
mean that somebody comes to me with a situation that either they should know better or we've been down this road before.
Okay, I got you.
That's what I mean by stupidity.
I
But I
got you.
agree because I agree with you. There are some times where somebody got some stupid stuff going on, and you just like, you know what? I'm just here getting my popcorn because
Yeah,
I just
that's
want to
it.
watch. But I'm talking about the stupidity in which we talking about something that we really shouldn't be talking about because you should either already know better because we've talked about this before, or it's just common sense. Which I know common sense is not so common. I know, but people know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. There's also bad communicators. I don't like bad communicators. Like it'll disrupt my peace if you can't articulate what your issue is with me. Because I don't like people that either can't articulate it in a respectful way, and I don't like people that can't articulate it at all, but just choose to have a problem.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the issue for me in terms of my peace. Because and for me, part of peace is being able to have difficult conversations respectfully.
Okay.
So when we can't do that because either you can't find the words respectfully to speak, or you just shut down and don't want to talk at all, that's a problem for me.
And that happens a lot in marriage.
Right. Now, granted, I'm not saying that you have to have the conversation in the moment. So it's one thing for you to not talk about it in the moment because you're so mad
Mhm.
that you don't want to say the wrong thing. Because I do that. Like if I'm really pissed off, I don't want to talk to you until I calm down because I know how
Mhm.
I can be, and I'd rather not say something that I know I don't really mean, but I'm just
Got you.
pissed off.
Got you.
So I get the idea of I'm so upset. I don't want to talk right now. Let's talk later.
Okay.
But I'm talking about some people that just never want to talk about
That
that
subject.
subject at all.
Okay.
And so now it's like, okay, well, how do we navigate that? Like, if every time this comes up, is that going to always piss you off? And if it's something that I enjoy, do I have to now walk on eggshells and that sort of thing? Like, I
Right.
don't like that type of stuff.
Okay.
So it's like, let's
Right.
be clear about whatever the issues are so that this way we can navigate them.
Right. And a lot of times, to piggyback off what you're saying,
Hmm.
walking on eggshells, a lot of that is in marriage,
Hmm.
where one person is at peace, the other person is whatever it is that is in chaos,
Hmm.
and they're trying to bring that chaos into your peaceful little box.
Hmm.
And now, as you say, I got to walk on eggshells around this person because I don't want that I don't want that in my life.
Hmm.
I just want peace. I want to be happy.
Hmm.
And that's also what peace is. Peace is you're happy
Right.
on a certain situation.
Right. And I think the last disruptor that I'll mention is I don't like people who don't match energy. So what I mean by that is I don't like
Yeah,
or
explain that.
takers. I'll say takers. I don't like takers.
We mean
I
takers.
don't like people that constantly just take, 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 take. They always need a ride, always need to borrow money, always
Okay, got you.
like just constantly taking, come over your house and eat up your food, drinking up all your liquor or,
Okay,
all that kind of stuff.
got you.
But then you can't do the same with them. Like I can't get a ride from you. I can't
Ah, okay,
borrow money from you. I can't get a ride from you. Like I can't do nothing. Like, but you ask me for all these things.
got you.
I can't stand that. Like I like people that even if you can't do the same thing I did for you, at least be able to do something and be willing to do something because you know that I was in a position to help you. So find a way to help the person that
So
helped
you're
you.
saying at least give it a try.
At least give it a try.
Okay, you may fail, and at and I'm with you, and I agree. I'm fine if you try and you fail. At least you're willing to try,
Exactly,
right?
exactly,
But not willing to even try.
right.
And I'm always right. I got you.
Because that was one of the biggest peace disruptors of my life earlier on, was because I'm a giving person and I care about people a lot.
Mhm,
I'm constantly giving to people. I'm constantly like making sure everybody else is okay,
mhm.
and nobody's ever making sure that I'm okay.
Got you.
So once I realized that, I said, "Oh, let me just step back from trying to make sure everybody's okay,
Hmm.
and let me just look at the people who really deserve my time and my energy."
Right. Okay.
And once I did that, that was a way of me protecting my peace,
Got you.
because now I'm not overextending myself for people who don't deserve it.
Got you.
And people who noticed it, they adjusted their behavior because they understood,
Hmm.
oh, snap, I didn't realize that that's what it was. Because if you don't talk to somebody for a while and y'all used to talking, if you care enough, you're going to reach out to that person and be like, yo, I ain't heard from you in a minute. What's going on?
Hmm.
And y'all might be able to have a conversation. When y'all have the conversation, based on how that person responds to what you tell them, they can either make the adjustments to be more in line with what your piece looks like, or they could say, "Oh, all right, I just was wondering why we wasn't talking," and then continue to act exactly how they was acting before.
Right.
So my thing is always, anybody who's willing to at least try to reciprocate or match energy, I love that, because the people who don't, that can be a huge disruptor. And it's so many people, when I talk to them and I can tell that they don't have peace, that's one of the biggest ones, because they feel like people are constantly draining their energy.
Right.
Like if you the next time you around somebody and they seem angry, 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you they're probably going to tell you, if they're willing to tell you why they're angry, it's going to be about somebody making them feel like they didn't appreciate
Hmm.
something, or didn't make them feel appreciated.
Right.
It'd be a lot of that. It'd be kids with their parents. It'd be parents with their kids.
Right.
It'd be friends. It'd be relationships. The person don't think their spouse, this and that. It's always 9 times out of 10 about them feeling like somebody just doesn't appreciate them.
And in a marriage, excuse me, in a marriage is like that. If one person is feel like they're doing more than the other,
Mhm,
they 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 feel that way that you just talked about. And I'm a veer off a little bit, is when that's why for me, and this is only the way I feel about the whole situation.
mhm,
That's why I have always said, men that sit up there and the woman's not working or doing nothing, and they just sitting up there and they're bringing all the money, they doing everything.
mhm,
One, there's a time in that marriage where that man do resent that woman, because she's, and in his mind, he's looking at everything that's going out, and this person is bringing nothing. I don't want to hear, well, I'm taking care of the kids. I don't want to hear, I'm taking care of the house. I don't want to hear none of that. You're not that. Okay, yeah, you're doing that, but a- again, there's one time in that man's, in that, as he's married to that woman, he thinks he has some type of resentment towards his spouse,
mhm,
vice versa, whoever it may be,
mhm,
because something comes up,
mhm,
and it shows, it rears its ugly head
mhm,
of the resentment.
mhm.
And if he's paying it, and if the person spouse pay attention, they may put it away real quick, but they'll say something, and the other spouse like, oh well, you know what? No, so yeah, I'm not with all that. But yeah, but
So I guess, speaking about the disruptors, uh, once your peace is disrupted, how do you create or establish peace for yourself or within a marriage?
well, you so it's a few ways you can do this.
Mhm,
You can sit there and deal with the situation, and what the person is saying to you, you accept it.
okay.
You know what? I'm accept what you're saying. Cause in my mind, we're not going nowhere with this.
Mhm,
So you know what? You're right. And a lot of men, I won't just say men, a lot of spouse, as they're so, after they've been married for years, They just be like, you know what? All right, you're right. I don't even want to argue. You know
Yo,
what?
but that's a major point. Don't lose whatever else you were about to
Okay.
say. But that's a major thing with peace. Like that's another thing. You don't have to always be right.
Right.
Because like if people really reflect and think about it, how many times have you gone back and forth with somebody for the sake of just being right when you already realize this person's not going to stop, but you just kept engaging
Right.
because you were trying to prove your point? And it's like at a certain point you realize I'm not going to win the argument anyway, or they're not going to listen to me anyway.
Right.
So you know what? Have at it.
Right.
You got it. So,
And
but no, that's a very huge thing. Is you don't always have to be right.
right.
Sometimes
And
just let it go. Go to
just
peace.
you know what? You right. And there's a few things when you we were married and I'm not right. Or I don't want to argue with you,
Hmm.
or I don't want to get into I don't even want to get into this conversation with you.
Right.
That's the last thing I want to do because
I know where it's headed.
I know where we are. I know where it's going to go with this, and I know you're going to get pissed off.
Right.
And then what I've been working all this time to get laid, I may not get. Stop laughing, sis. I may not get laid. I may not, and that's why I always say, in a marriage, men, we have one goal, and that's to get laid. However, that looks, what you have to do to get laid, that's what we want to do. And peace is a very, very powerful thing in a marriage, especially if one person has it and the other person don't.
I feel sorry for that relationship.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But it's super powerful when both people are at peace in their marriage. Sometimes it comes early in your marriage, and then sometimes it comes later in your marriage. But you have to understand your spouse. You have to understand, what is it about my spouse that basically makes them tick. That's what it comes down to. All right, what is it about my spouse that makes this person tick? And peace. Am I able to sit there, and a lot of times when you're talking about a marriage, early in the marriage, can I deal with this person, great, bring it to my life? Because when you're single, you got peace.
Right.
Especially, I'm living by myself, I'm at peace.
Right.
Because it astonishes me when I hear, and it happened these days. Well, what can you what do you bring? What do you bring to the table?
Hmm.
I bring peace. I bring, you know, I bring nurturing. I got that by myself.
Hmm.
I don't. So you sit back and, I just want peace. I don't want no problems.
I had one of my female friends ask me that one time.
What?
She was asking me like she don't know what men want, and I told her I said men just want peace. They want peace and support.
That's it.
That's what men want. They want peace and support. They want somebody who believes in them,
Right.
but they also want somebody who's not going to always have them arguing or that they feel like they got to walk on eggshells with.
Because a lot of times we're getting that in the street.
Hmm.
When we step outside our door, it's chaos.
Hmm.
And we got to navigate through it. Women, we know you do too, but we're talking about with men. We got to navigate through it. So now when we come back home, I just want peace. I don't want to argue with you.
Right.
Sometimes peace can be, let me decompress.
Right.
Let me just, however you decompress, that's what you do.
Hmm.
That's how you decompress. But you know what? Let me decompress. Let me re-get my thoughts back together.
So that's an important point too that you're making because making time for your peace.
Yes.
Because that's what it sounds like you're saying in a nutshell.
Yes.
You have to make time. You have to prioritize your peace.
Saying that, not to cut you
No, go
off,
ahead.
saying that, when you say making time,
Hmm.
that's also a form of, I have to be selfish
Yes.
at this present moment so I can be good in this marriage.
Yes.
And a lot of people, when they come through a lot of people come through the door and it's a lot of chaos.
hmm
I don't even got time for myself.
hmm
Yeah, you need the time. You
Yeah,
need.
because I saw something the other day
Mhm.
where it was on social media. They were talking about how like some parents, or they were saying it was I forgot what the statistic was, but it was a percentage of parents like before they go in the house to kids and their spouse, they sit in the car.
Yeah,
Like they sit in the car. It might be for 5 minutes, it might be for 20 minutes, it might be
right.
for 30 minutes, but they literally pull up to the house and sit in the car. They might listen to music, they might call somebody, they might not have nothing on. They might just literally sit in the car.
Right.
But it's all because they know they have to prepare themselves for whatever it is they walking into, good, bad,
Right.
or indifferent.
Right. Right.
And so that prioritizing peace thing is huge. You
Right.
like, and you have to make time for it. And that's why earlier when you asked me about the selfishness, you have to be. You have to
Right.
be selfish about
Right.
your peace because I don't think it's very rare that parents come home and you're a parent, so you know. And I'm
Mhm.
only speaking from myself because I know I wasn't this kid when I was young, and when I'm talking about like 8 and below, where your parent comes home and you like, parent, how can I make you more peaceful? Like no little kid is thinking that.
Nah.
Soon as they come home, what's for dinner? Where you
Right.
been at? What's the,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So
They're a little chaos.
exactly,
They're a little chaos that you
exactly.
talk.
So when you got little kids,
Yeah.
they not thinking about making you peaceful or providing peace for you. So you have to be intentional about your peace.
Right.
You have to be. And it's the same thing with people that don't have kids. Like
Right.
other people around you have their own stresses in life. And 9 times out of 10, when you the single person and you don't have the kids and all that other stuff, people come to you to release their stress.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so you have to protect your peace too, because I know there's a lot of people who come to me with different things that they're going through in life and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And sometimes I have to not take certain calls because I know certain calls are always doom and gloom. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Marriage is it's big with that,
hmm
especially if you have a friend that's going through marital problems.
Oh man.
You 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 already got your problems
Right.
that you're dealing with, and then soon they answer the phone, they
right.
add more on.
Right.
I know one thing, music brings you peace.
Yes.
Music can bring peace. For me, if I'm there are times when I'm in the car by myself,
hmm
and the only thing I'm listening to, and I'm very happy. I'm in the car, have a cigar,
hmm
and I'm listening to KYW.
Okay.
That's very peaceful.
Okay.
Again, I am a little weird. When I hear others crazy conflict, I'm at peace because I'm just happy because it's not me. That is just the way. If it's not me, okay, I can sit back and look at you. One thing I do not like,
What?
if I'm at peace and you know I'm at peace, but you try to play the victim to get what you want
Mm,
out of me,
mm,
and you see me at peace.
mhm,
I'm calm.
mhm.
I'm just going through the day, and you ask me something and I say no,
Mhm.
and then you pull the victim card out.
Or they try to guilt trip you?
Yeah, guilt trick you, victim card, whatever you
How
choose.
you gonna tell me no
Right.
after all I did for you? Like,
Yes.
hold up. Wait a
Yes.
minute.
Right.
Wait a
And
minute.
and
I
now
can't
you
say no?
right. That's when I started to be like, oh, okay. So I gotta tell you no a couple more times. See what I gotta do for you. And on top of that, the way they do it is they mad at you now
Mhm.
because you told them no.
Right.
And now when you're trying to explain yourself, because I used to do that.
Mhm.
I used to be like, no, I'm just trying to relax. I'm sitting. And after a while, I had to catch myself. Dummy, you ain't doing nothing wrong.
Right.
And I had to do what you do. You said, you know what? Let me just remove myself.
Mhm.
And there's maybe 3 to 4 times the person is starting to get into that mode, and I was able to recognize,
Mhm.
oh shucks, they gonna try to play the victim. I just walked away, and they were still talking, and I just walked away, and they like, hey Fred, I never turned around. I act like I didn't even hear him,
Right.
and I just walked away. And
Right.
then when they caught up with me later on, we had the conversation,
Mhm.
and I told them how you were messing up my peace.
Mhm.
I got this little box, and you was coming into it with your chaos,
Mhm.
and I'm not doing that.
Right.
they still do it,
Hmm.
but now that's when before you get to do it, because I know that's what you're gonna do, and I
Hmm.
know before you get to do it to me,
Hmm.
I try to do it to you first. I set the flame, and I set the flame so I can see you. I can see you go up in chaos, and I can just enjoy
Yeah,
it. Like,
I'm
look at
cracking up.
this. So that's how you got to do it that way. I get you before you get me.
Yeah, but I said it earlier. It's funny that you said that, but literally, there is something peaceful about seeing other people crash out at the fact that you're so peaceful.
Yeah, I didn't understand it when you said it like that,
Hmm.
but saying it like that, yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm telling
Yes,
you.
it is.
Because my thing was this: why am I the only person going to be upset? Everybody else laughing, having a good time because I'm mad, and I'm all really pissed off for real, for real. Once I realized that, I was like, hold up, no, we ain't doing this. So now you try it, and I'm chilling. They like, yo, what's up? Like you ain't. Now they try to figure it out. Now I see them scrambling their brain, and I'm sitting back like, yeah, got my power back.
Yeah,
Because peace is power. I'm gonna tell y'all
right.
that right now.
Yes, that
Peace
is.
is power. When
Yeah,
people can't disrupt your peace, it's a certain power that you have
right,
that they can't even relate to. And
right.
it irritates people, especially if it's somebody who genuinely don't like seeing you happy. Man, I tell you, it's something about you just sitting there with a smile on your face, being nice and calm, that got them burning on the inside. And it just makes me it makes me so happy.
I Beacon. I can't see that person until it's done. I can't see it before.
Mhm.
That's why I started. No, I'm serious.
I know.
I'm so blinded where I can't see that you see me peaceful and you're pissed off about it. I don't see that.
Mhm. But see, that's the thing. They're not going to show it to you in a mean way. They're going to do something to trigger. So they're always going to be calm because they know what's coming.
Okay.
So when you react in the non-peaceful way or the angry way, they're getting what they want. But they're not going to come to you with negative, angry energy
Right.
and expect you to give that back. They're going to come to you nice and calm, and they're going to bring up something that they know is a conversation that triggers you.
Right. Okay.
And so then when you start to get into the details and you start to act however you act that they were waiting for, that's when now they like, I got it.
Oh, okay. So the person that always wants to give their opinion
Mhm.
and it just be like, oh
Right. Like
man.
it's a lot of people who just say random stuff. They're saying it for the shock value
Okay. All
because
right.
they want to see what the responses are going to be.
Okay.
And it's the same thing with people that trigger you when they see that you're peaceful.
Okay. I
Because
got
there's
you.
certain things like you can just look at certain people sometimes and tell like they don't want to talk about that. And somebody in the room will bring it up. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? And it's
Got
like,
you.
you knew better than to bring that up. You knew better than to ask that question. Why would you do that?
Right.
But that person did it because they wanted to see that person crash out or
Okay.
or get upset.
Okay.
And then when they don't, then they disappointed. So now they start asking more questions. And the calmer you respond,
I
the more
got you.
irritated they get.
I got
And that's how
you.
you reverse the energy.
Okay. All right. Oh well, then I don't. I haven't. I'm not there.
Mhm.
That's why I start because I'm not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got me. Yeah. All right.
See, I think it's two different things that we're talking about in terms of what we're talking about now. Because
Okay.
I'm literally saying that when I know that there's people in my environment that I know are trying to trigger me, I just don't get them the satisfaction of being triggered.
I don't know if you're trying to trigger me.
But it sounds like on your side, you're saying you try to antagonize them before they antagonize you.
Yeah, but I like you'll know. Or he's trying to. He,
Yeah, because I'll think to myself again, why are you asking me that, or why did you say that? Because I'll remember because 9 times out of 10 this ain't the first time they did it,
okay.
and then I'll start to think back to myself. Wait a minute, last time we had this conversation, I got a little upset or whatever might have happened. Why are he bringing this up again? Because he want me to do the same thing I did last time. No,
Got it.
I'm not
Okay.
about to be the free entertainment for the night. Absolutely not. No, 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 no.
Okay, I got you. I
And that's when I
understand.
flipped it. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Okay.
No, no, no.
All right, I got it now. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So I guess unless it's something else, I was going to ask, what is your final perspective on protecting your peace?
For me, the way I protect my peace is sometimes I don't say nothing. I keep my mouth shut
Mhm.
because I also understand is when I think you're saying something crazy or like, why did you say that? And it may trigger me, or I'll just sit back and just don't say nothing.
Mhm.
And they'll act freak out. No, I had nothing to say. I a lot of times, and I'm talking about single or in a marriage, I just don't say nothing. And then, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just not saying it. I'm peaceful.
Mhm.
So that, and also when you're at peace, you will always be happy, and you should never let no one disrupt, interfere with you being happy and at peace. That's that's my final perspective.
I like it. So I think my final perspective, I'm actually going to start with something that you said to me one time, and
Okay.
I never forgot it.
Oh shucks.
You said to me one time, I think, matter of fact, it's funny because you said it to me when we were about to play Madden. I think I ended up whooping your behind. But
I think I got cheated, but go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
but what you said, it was like, wow, that's a powerful thing. You said something like, if I can outthink you, I can beat you.
Yeah.
And when you said that to me, I said, that's a powerful statement. But in thinking about that statement and connecting it with protecting your peace, it's the same thing. When you know you have people or environments that disrupt your peace, if you can outthink that person or that environment, like if you can prepare yourself and be proactive and be intentional about not allowing that person or environment to disrupt your peace,
Hmm.
you're going to win every time.
Mm.
You're never going to have moments of stress. You're never going to have moments of burnout or allowing feeling like people got over on you because you're going to always be in control. To me, that's what peace is about. Peace is about being in control, not being in control in a negative way of um I have to have hands on everything and stuff like that, but it means like self-control.
Hmm.
When you have self-control, that ultimately is peace.
Okay.
So the other thing I'll touch on too is when you're a kid, they tell you, "Oh, it's not good to be selfish. It's not good to be selfish." Well, I'm gonna tell you, as an adult, when it comes to your peace, you have to be selfish.
Hmm.
You absolutely positively have to be. Because I said it earlier and I'm gonna say it again. Nobody is going to care about your peace more than you do.
Hmm.
So, as I always tell people all the time, and I'm going to end on this note, protect your peace at all costs.
Mm. That's as you say, that's very powerful, and it's so true.
So, that was my final perspective.
Yeah. So on that note, this is the coach.
And I'm the beacon. And this is the Point Blank Perspectives podcast.